Okay, welcome back to Steve O Runs, the channel created for like-minded people looking to become fitter, healthier people. If that sounds like you, hit the red subscribe button below. Let's go on our running journeys together. So, excuse me if this video is ultra boring for some people, but a lot of people do ask about it, and I personally find it interesting when I see other people. So, this is how my training's been going and what my training is going to be doing in the next upcoming months towards London Marathon and towards Milton Keynes Marathon in between, and Race to the King 100k. So I've been saying on my previous videos I'm going to make a detailed plan of what I've been doing and just show you what I've been at. And what I'm going to do is switch it over in a minute to the camera to the calendar I've been using. I will say, if you haven't done this already, get yourself a calendar that you can put up on your wall and just map out everything that you're going to do. You can write down what you've just done, obviously. You'll see in a minute when I switch it over. I think it's really worth doing. I know you can plan everything to go onto your phone, your future training and stuff like that. You can follow it through that. But I think having this stuff written down for you to go back on and to go forward on is, I surprised myself looking back on the months I've just done that I filled in ages ago. I completely forgot, because once you change the pages over, you go back and say, oh yeah, I've done a few miles there, a bit of base building that I didn't even realise. And then you see where your breaks are, and you kind of break your whole year down of what's been going on the calendar. And also now how long you've been going to the gym and stuff, whatnot for, and what you've been doing there to get where you are now. So I finally feel like everything's fell into place for me at the minute. I've got some little pains in my ankle and stuff, which I'm trying to work around with the strength training. But I feel like I've got myself into a good position now. I'm building base. I'm feeling fitter. My heart rate's starting to drop down to sort of normal before Christmas sort of levels. My body feels stronger. I know I don't look good in here at all. I'm not expecting to. When you endurance train like that, it's hard to put muscle on and do all that at the same time. But I'm definitely feeling stronger. The weights I'm lifting are feeling heavier. I'm feeling stronger on the long runs out on the Sunday run, which is out in the sticks. My heart rate's staying low for them. So everything feels like it's falling nicely into place. So all I need to do now is do this training I'm about to show you and get to these races in the best nick I can to hopefully have the most successful year I've had so far. So again, apologies if you find this boring, but some of you might find it interesting. And I'll also show you the plan that I've got coming up for that ultra, which might be interesting for you to get for yourself. Okay, so without further ado, let's look at what's been going on. I'm not going to go too far back because I don't want this video to be too boring, but my two races last year, which was before November, was about October time. I did Oxford Half and I did Abingdon Marathon the week after. If you've seen those videos, you know how much I struggled, and that was given the realisation that what I need to do for this next block. So starting at November, I was doing running and strength training basically there. As you can see, sort of 3.5 miles, full body rest, 3.5 mile legs, 3.5 core mobility. So all of this was basically done in the gym, 3.5 miles on a treadmill to give my little ankles and legs a rest after those races. I'll do 7 miles sort of long run on the weekend. I was slowly building up the miles at 21, 23, 23 again, 25. So November was pretty much just me trying to build and get strong any way I can so I can cope better for the races that are coming up. All the way to December, 27 miles, full body workout, core upper, legs mobility, full body. So really focusing on strength training, band work as well to get for my ankles and all those little niggles that I have there. All with doing easy miles on top on the treadmill with a slightly long run on the weekend. So 27 miles, 30 miles. Then, so I was building base perfectly there. And then obviously Christmas work. Every year I need to remember, I was doing all so good before this. So I remember that Christmas work, you just can't do any of that stuff in between. You work so long. And to be honest, what it feels like is that you're doing strength training for the whole time. You're just lifting and working out on your feet for 15 hours a day, never sitting down, always carrying. So this doesn't do what this is doing, but it's definitely keeping you fit in that gap, but also really tiring you out. So after Christmas, I've committed to getting completely ready for these races by doing a bit more of the same and adjusting slightly what I'm doing at the gym. So 26, straight on Boxing Day, easy 5 miles, gym, 4.5 miles, gym, rest, threshold test to see what my numbers are. If you don't do these, you definitely should get one to see what your easy paces are for all your upcoming training. So I know that when I do threshold runs, 172 is around about my number, and when also can work out your easy zones to run at. So 18 miles for that week. And January is where it really started to settle down again. A little bit of a rest around New Year's Day and surrounding. So gym, 5 miles easy, rest, long run 10.5. I've linked up with the boys again who want to start running out on the trails and whatnot.
So now we're going on a trail run every Sunday, which is perfect training for my ultra and that coming up, and also just to build strength and that, even for like London Marathon and all those races too. So we got 19 miles there, a bit more of the same, always resting at the start of the week, usually on a Tuesday, but it was a bit of a mixed up patch here. 3.3 miles, 4.3, 3.3 with all gym. So anyone that says gym on it means treadmill. So I like to give my legs a bit of a rest in those gaps there, rather than pounding the street every time. Long trail run on the weekend plus a bit of gym work when I got home. So long trail, out in the sticks with the boys, 21 miles for the week. Same here again, slowly building up, gym work, plenty of it. And around this point, I'm starting to change the gym stuff, because rather than doing full body, I'm trying to do more specific running exercises there. You know, the squats, the calf, strengthening the core, the hips. I definitely have like a weakness problem in my hips. I think that's a cause for a lot of stuff. I'm doing a lot of band work as well, because my flat feet cause a lot of trouble with overpronation and stuff like that. Also sticking in a bit of cross training here on what would be my day off. I didn't go fishing, so I just went and did a bit of stair stepping. Anything to strengthen up and keep building up the mileage really steadily, like 19, 21, 22, 25, all with nice long trail runs on the weekends. And then here, about this time, about 2 weeks ago or so, I've started throwing in a bit of quality workouts. So just one a week. This is intervals, 5 times 2 minutes at 6:30 pace. The week after, a nice threshold run, which is like half a mile warm up, half mile cool down with a 4 miles threshold run. Again, I know my threshold number because of this threshold test. So I like to go and run around that area for 4 miles, just to keep the body knowing how to run fast and whatnot. Into February, which is about now, easy miles on the treadmill with gym, 5.4 easy or like steady pace on the streets, rest day. Long run is just gone this weekend, 12 miles, 28.5 for the week. And then this week coming up, where I'm just started here. Yesterday, I've done 3 miles plus the circuits to the gym. Resting, making this video right now. And this is 3 miles, 3 miles, 3 miles, trail run 10 on the weekend to make 22. So we've built up for 6 weeks, and now I'm doing a nice down week here. And this is where it gets interesting now. I've got Race to the King plan starts here. So I've got 2 weeks here where I'm going to start at 30 miles. I might do another 30 here once I've planned these out, and then Race to the King starts. Okay, with that, sorry if this is getting boring, but people like to see this sort of stuff. Race to the King, I'm not going to tell you where this is from. You might even recognise the paperwork from it. So Race to the King starts here on the 26th for 16 weeks. This is week 1 to 5. You can see on the left hand side here, the first week mileage is a little bit below where I am, because I've just got myself up to 30 weeks starting here, 30 weeks, 30 miles there, 30 miles here at the next 2 weeks coming. So this is going to join on to the start of my plan, which is here, which is 25 to 27 on the first week. So what I'll do, as all these weeks don't have free rest days, I'm going to use one of these, probably the Friday. This is my typical rest day, Saturday. Use this Friday to do an extra 3 miles really easy run to top this up to 30 and to stay in line with where I am currently. And then when this second week comes around, it is 30 miles there, and I can start carrying on with this plan and joining it up perfectly. And what I do is I take someone's suggestion, which is a very good one, about the long runs, sometimes on these very easy long runs, which he does 13 miles, 8 miles easy, 3 steady, 2 easy. So he does mix up these long runs anyway. What I'm going to do is try and add some marathon paced intervals in here, 1k, 2k stretches, stuff like that, just to try and learn to do the pace that I want to do London marathoning. So I really want to go to London and try and beat my PB and try and get a certain amount of time that I want. The time is 3.5 hours or below, basically. And I'm hoping with this plan and doing the ultra training, I'll be able to throw in a nice fast marathon in there and just keep going. Just one thing to bear in mind is 2 weeks after London, I have got another marathon in Milton Keynes, which I'm doing with my mate Mikey. I'm hopefully going to make that a training run for me, but I'll have to adjust whichever week it falls on, probably about here. I'll have to adjust this week slightly to fit the London Marathon in there and to keep within the mileage. But other than that, this is the plan. I'm going to follow this to a T, keeping my legs fresh, and it comes with all the strength training of what strength training needs to do and when to do it, and it fits your life perfectly with only having 2 rest days, which I do now anyway. So hopefully it all goes well and all the races go to exactly as planned. The main one is to get to Race to the King and finish it. I'd say just finish it. I'd like to finish it in some kind of reasonable time if training goes well, but a first 100k as my first ultra might be asking a lot. So just to get to the end of it would be absolutely perfect for me. So there you go. That is my plans laid out on paper. Don't think I've missed anything there. Anything else you want to know, give us a shout or let us know if an ultra plan is good enough to train for London Marathon trying to go hard. It all seems like it would be for me. So let's see how that goes.
Okay, so I hope you found that insightful. If I can follow that as I've planned, then hopefully things are going to go well. I know things always pop up, especially with my history of injuries and stuff like that, but this is the reason why I've done so much strength training. Had a gap of just pretty much strength training, trying to prepare myself for these longer distances, not getting injured, strengthening up my feet, my ankles, my core, my hips, everything that needed working on I've been sort of doing, and I've not really missed any apart from that sort of Christmas period. So fingers crossed, let's get to these races in good condition and let's just see what can happen on them. I'll just be delighted to get to the end of the Race to the King, obviously. 100k is something I never thought I would do. A marathon is something I never thought I'd do, but here we are. We're 2 or 3 in, it would be 5 in by the end of this year if I complete them. And then you're moving up to ultra distances. Just crazy what your body can adapt to when you really put your mind to it. I've been eating better. Like I said, lost a bit of weight, got stronger. So let's just hope that this can all play out the way I want it to. So apologies if it's not your thing, but if you liked it, please hit the subscribe button below. Let me know how your training's going as well and any plans that you've done, if you could recommend any and stuff. And I'd love to hear everyone else's training journeys too. So thank you for joining me. See you on the next one. Steve runs. See you then.